Plus, this is an interesting game. The concept on this one is that we grabbed everyone in the shonen universe, threw them into a single game. And this is going all the way back to the 1980s. So we've got characters like Kenjiro from Fist of the North Star. Kenshiro, excuse me. Not Kenjiro, Kenjiro, someone else. And it's cool because I saw a lot of characters that I grew up with already in the game, and then I'm seeing characters that I loved later on in life, like Kenshin Himura. And so it was pretty sweet. Pretty sweet that they did that. But now, as a concept goes, these crossovers have been done, overdone, redone. Internet's had them all over. 2 out of 5 people. You're a little bit late, Namco Bandai. You're a little bit late to the table with this. Especially since there's fan videos, stuff like that all over the place. And everyone else has done a crossover of different stuff. So I'm disappointed that it took so long to get this. I'm not impressed with the concept. But, meh, what are you going to do? Story time! And the story is... story is... I know this one. That's right! They threw a crap story together! So unmemorable. So they give you these arcs and you get to play through them. And I played through the One Piece one the most. Basically it's... they have this tournament of legends, and it's thrown together by this goddish character, god of the shonen world, and so Monkey D. Luffy is going to be king of the pirates, Kaizo to Oni, right? And the thing is that they put it together as like, okay, this is your driving factor, and they don't touch it. They don't do anything with it. No good cutscenes or anything. It's just, hey, let's have characters pop up. They'll say 1, 2 catchphrases and then a whole wall of text that you just get bored reading after a while. And for a game that's rapidly paced, they really slow things down too much in this game. And the story, because they actually tried to give you a story and then they backed off, I'm giving the story a 1 out of 5. I mean, if you're going to do something like this, do it like they do in Marvel vs. Capcom 1. Marvel vs. Capcom 1 had it where it was short, and you had a lot of story in the back end, and that was good. And if you want to go into some of the other games that have had crossovers, there have been many crossovers where they've managed to fit stories into it somehow to make the game more interesting. So I'm going to say, hey, learn from your mistakes. If you guys are going to do another one like this, I would look forward to it. But the story's definitely a weak point for this one. Gameplay. Now, what's this? This is a PlayStation 3 controller, which is good enough to play on, right? The problem with the game is that you're using these. You're using your direction pads all the time because you're always having to realign where you're looking to make sure you're looking in the right place, to make sure you're on the right character, to make sure you're not getting hit from behind, to make sure you're not getting screwed by the game, because the game loves to screw you, and when the game screws you, you all of a sudden have characters attacking you from the background, and you need to be hitting the jump buttons and other stuff, and it sucks! Okay, I'm calm now. That to say, I didn't like the gameplay in this one. The way they have it, it's a 2-on-2 battle, which is good. That I'm thumbs up for. You can lock onto a character. That I'm thumbs up for. Your lock-on doesn't work. That I hated. Because if they go behind a building, or if anything happens where they're out of your direct line of sight, there's a probability that you'll lose the lock. Plus, while you're locked onto a character, you barely get any type of indication when danger's around you. And so you always get sideswiped other things by enemies that you just don't see there. And again, this is me playing it as a novice to this style of gameplay. So for me, this is just a lot of getting... blowing the whistle, guys. I'm getting screwed a lot in this one because I have hyper-focus, I don't have awareness of my surroundings, or at least the game doesn't facilitate that very well. At least put a stinking radar on there so I know when someone's approaching me from behind. Do something to make me more aware of my surroundings. Then the characters, the computer can like jump up and do all these moves from the air. I jump up, try and do something from the air, and my character's just like, ugh, ugh, ugh. So the question is where's your tutorial? Where is something in this to actually train players like myself how to play, to give me that ability to actually do better, to empower me to learn the system, to get stronger. Even reading the manual didn't help me enough. There's not enough in the ways of training a newbie, okay? N-E-W, okay? N-E-W. A noob like me just really is not going to get this game. It's going to take hours of frustration to finally understand what's going on. The only thing I got is that flashing that says, hit R3 to do your victory burst. And victory bursts, while they look cool, they just give you access to like one overdrive, and what happens while you're in victory burst is kind of foggy. Okay, sure guys, sure. I understand. You're putting this game together, you're not telling anyone how to play, and from what a novice can get, seems like your gameplay sucks. Which is why this is getting a 2 out of 5. Because, hey, if you want to screw your players over, we ain't gonna call it. We ain't call it nasty, okay? If you want to help us enjoy your game, so we recommend it to other people, again, training is helpful. Anything to help us understand the world around us and to succeed in the game is what we need. On the fun factor, I am going to have a little bit of mercy on this game, because when I was able to succeed, the game can be pretty fun. They've got a decent mix of characters. Some are close characters, some are long-range characters, and if you get a close-range character, like Kenshiro from Fist of the North Star, you could tear a person up who's a long-range character. And then you get characters like Goku, who seem to be better long-range, and it's like, I'm not a Dragon Ball Z fan, okay? Don't hate, just understand, I'm not a Dragon Ball Z fan, so I had very little interest in playing as Goku. Kenshiro, Kenshin, even Naruto was interesting. I found the mix of characters to be well enough to where I'm like, okay, I can find someone I can at least enjoy, and I started to find different weaknesses. Different characters were weak against other characters. And when you have something like that, that empowers us that when we start seeing those patterns, we know how to succeed. Now, in the parts of the game, like if you're playing arcade and stuff, where you're locked into a certain character for all matches, you kind of get screwed. But they do offer arrangements where you can switch characters in between, and that makes it a little bit easier. Fun factor, when I wasn't getting screwed, I did enjoy this enough to give it somewhat of a mercy, a 4 out of 5. I probably should say 3 out of 5 because of all the frustrations I had with other stuff. But when I enjoyed it, and I would give it a 4 out of 5 when it's not just when you're winning, but when the matches are fair. When you're getting screwed, no. When the matches are balanced and fair, yes. So how family-friendly is the shonen world? Family-friendly, and it's very cartoony, very PG-13. I'm just going to say right now, I'm giving it a 3 out of 5. Reason is because we've got characters like Boa Hancock, who, let's just say she's gifted and Luffy doesn't get it. And they do the typical anime boobs and butt stuff, and so with the usual fan service, you can kind of see how, hey, that's something that you may not have tolerance for with your kids. But getting beyond the anime shortcomings, they also have violence. It's martial arts violence, some demons, some characters channel demons like Naruto and stuff. And so you've got all the usual anime staples that come in. Magic usage, swordsmanship, no killing though, which is a plus. 3 out of 5, because this is one that I could play with my kids. Again, with those themes though, if you're more conservative on some of them, that may be things that you're going to say, no kids, no, no thank you. So overall, J-Star's victory plus burst, the J-Stars game is getting a 2.4 out of 5. 2.4, again, the problems with the story, the concept being something that's been it's been overdone. We've seen too many crossovers for this to really be a, oh, I never would have thought of that. Kenshin versus Naruto? Huh, who would have thunk it? I mean, or Goku versus, I don't know, Makoto Shishio. The thing is concept's not there. Story was very poorly executed. Gameplay was frustrating, and even though I had fun when I was able to play it and have success, the game itself, though, overall, it's not Shovel of Shame worthy. It's just something where Namco Bandai really could have stepped their game up and made this something that would appeal to anime fans as well as non-anime fans and novice gamers as well. So, hey, moralgamer, what's your thoughts? Comments below as always. Don't forget our support link below as well. Helps us keep the lights on here. And we look forward to seeing you next time, hopefully with a better game. Thanks for watching.
究極